Hi and welcome to another battle report. Is the Knife Age and I'm playing my Saurian Ancient versus my archenemy Marcus, and he's borrowing my Empire on Sonnstahl army. And to begin with, I have a sheet note here with all of the units to trying to get all the names right. So if I stumble a bit, that's because I'm checking out the name of the units. So this is how it goes. I realized early in deployment that I have a lot less drop than he did, so I just throw everything down to get the first turn. And this is of course after scouts and vanguard to start with. I have 6 chameleon, 12 inches away from his cannon. My plan there is go forward, shoot at his cannon and hopefully manage to kill it. Then I have 20 Saurian with command group and vanguard. I'd also have a Machiosaurus with the last cannon on it. Next to that I have a Tyrannosaurus with a veteran on it. I have a Salamander who spit venom. I'll have behind that Salamander I have a Triceratops and my BSB is riding in it. I also have a unit of Skinks with a High Priest level 4 Wilderness in it. In that I also have of course 2 Croxosaurus, a Croxosaurus Hero, which is very cool I think. I have 2 Skink Captains, and of course I have the Petrodactyls, the frenzy guys who have vanguarded forward. So for the Empire, to start with, to the left he have a unit of let's see, 10 Templars with the Dispelling Banner. In front of them he have Reiters. In the lake he have 5 Militia Archers. Then you have a unit of Imperial Guard with great weapons. In that unit you have a let's see, Field Marshal with the Winter Cloak, so 5 up warden and -1 to hit, and great weapon. He also have then a cannon, a unit of 40 heavy infantry with halberds. In that unit you have 2 Wizard Apprentice level 1 of fire. And then you have a clerk in that unit as well. Then you have 5 more militia archer in front of his volley gun. Next to the volley gun is an engineer with the, let's see, sniper, long handgun. And then you have 6 Imperial Knights, Imperial Cavalry, and 5 more Reiters. Behind that house you have 5 scouting, let me see, Rangers. And here we have his uttermost flank. I have in the corner, maybe hard to see, 6 more chameleon, and their plan is to go and kill out those Reiter guys. And you have behind that fence, facing off the chameleon, is 5 more Rangers. So for the Saurian Ascendant, what I did in my movement is basically I pushes everything up. The Petrodactyls stay out of short range of his knight, but in the next turn I hopefully will be able to charge them because I got a lethal blow to get through their 1-up armor. Tyrannosaur and want to get into combat. The Chameleon Skinks move up a bit to shoot down his cannon. Machiosaurus moves forward to be in range of his laser cannon. And yeah, the other chameleons in his corner move up to shoot at the Reiters. You might ask why I don't have any more picture of my turn. That's because everything fails. Magic, I get off 1 - to hit on his volley gun, but otherwise shooting I flub spectacularly. The Kamenskings who are supposed to take up the cannon, I think I rolled a6, so I didn't do much to the cannon, unfortunately. The guys who were supposed to kill the writers did 1 wound there. Nothing more happens, everything else just missed. So you can see here on Sonnstein's our turn. He takes his rangers to shoot at the chameleons, move up his writers a bit behind the realm gates. We're playing that just as plain impulse train rain, but not much more moved. On the other flank, a lot more in the moving department happened for the Sonnsteins. The Imperial heavy infantry reformed into a bus. The Imperial Guard moved forward. The militia archers moved forward a bit. The Imperial Templars moves to get into a good flanking position, and the writers pushes up a bit. In the magic phase, since I got a level 4 and he only got 2 level 1s, he didn't manage to do anything. Shooting phase, first off, the rangers take aim, kill 2 of my chameleon dudes, and they fail a panic check, rolls an 11 for fleeing distance, and runs off the board. Well, unfortunately, cannon and volley gun with combined strength managed to kill off the Tyrannosaurus. Unfortunately, I hate war machines. So for the dinosaurs, second turn. First off, the Petrodactyls charges his Imperial Cavalry, and I think he doesn't have any command group. I have a charge and lethal blow and frenzy. Hopefully I can just break them, casting some panic check on his engineer and his Hellblaster, who is actually out of range of his field marshal, and would be really nice to just panic that thing off the board second turn. Otherwise, not much happened. The Kamenskings will try to shoot off his cannon 1 more time. I pretty much hang back with the Saurus. My plan for them were actually to hold up his Imperial Guard and his Templar cavalry from the rest of my army to mop up the rest of his field. Mescosaurus moves up a bit to shoot his laser cannon. Salamander do the same to spit his venom, but otherwise, yeah, this skink of course pushes up a bit. I want to get them into that hell barrier block if possible. My shooting and magic was once again a failure. What I did get off was actually, I think I did get off +1 strength and toughness on my Ripper dudes, but that's it. The last cannon shoot at his 1 militia unit, and only 1 of them remains, and he started to running, and he will run off the board, which is kind of nice. I should have targeted his engineer instead, but I didn't think about it during that time. But this picture showed the only combat we have, and I flubbed spectacularly. I think I didn't get a single hit, and I'm hitting on 4. I have 9 attacks, not even a single 4+. These skinks goes strength 5, which will be cool. They all misses as well. He killed 2 of my guys. No, he did 2 wounds, so I lost a guy, and I lost the combat by 1. Lost my frenzy, unfortunately, but I hold at least something. So for the Sonnenstein, second turn. First off, he used his Riders, moved him into conga line in front of my skink, so I cannot charge his Hellblaster with the skink unit, unfortunately. And I cannot even charge him with the skink unit itself as it stands right now, because of since the Petrodactyls are in combat with his knights, and that lava pit in the middle is impasse, at least the lava part of it, so I cannot really wheel in and he cannot really close the door to me, and it's a very complicated situation, but you will see how it turns out. His 2 ranger units moves up to shoot at me, otherwise he pivots his heavy infantry a bit to face off my skinks. And here we go, the other flank. So what he do here is he pushes up his Imperial Guard, his multi-archer. He really move up the Templars to really get into my flank, and his Pistoliers moves, Reiters move up a bit to shoot at the Saurus, and that's his movement. Well, for the magic, he's we have 2 level 1 of fire, and both of them through the signature spell. The first one, 4 diced miscast, it goes through, I cannot dispel it. I think I tried, but his roll was much better than mine, so that one kills my Chameleon. Everything around passes the panic check, but they are dead now. The other one also throw 5 dice. He got some brutal magic face, by the way. I think it killed like a dozen skinks ish, something like that, in the skink unit. But he did roll 2 miscast with 4 dice, got the small template. He had placed them in the corner, so he lost like, say, 20-ish Imperial heavy infantry. Well, shockingly, I think actually his cannon... no, the cannon actually hit the Mesosaurus, but the Hellblaster didn't do much. But anyway, combat, the Petrodactyl and the Knights don't really do much to each other, they just stand there. So we go over to the Dinosaurs turn 3. So here my thinking is, I take the Triceratops and face off his Knights. If I want to charge that, I'm stubborn and hopefully I can win that in the long run. I have a constant BSB on that one, and hopefully I can pierce some wound through here and there with my strength. The Saurus actually charges the Archer. They were in a really bad position there. They choose to flee. They have not fled yet in this picture, but they will run and rally next turn. And I redirect into that Imperial Guard unit. You might ask why, and my plan there is basically just to hold them up as long as I can. I have brutal numbers of attack, I can do some lot damage. He doesn't have too much of defense 4 up. I have shields and I have weapon skill 4, so hitting me on 5. Hopefully I can get either curse, no sorry, not curse anymore, the -1 to hit spell from Lord Wilderness on his Imperial Guard, or the signature on my Saurian, because yeah, hopefully if the die roll my way. The Mesosaurus moves up to throw 5 javelins at his cannon. It only have 1 wound left. I also take the Salamander to spit at that one. I charged one of my skink chiefs out of the skink unit into his Hellblaster volley gun to try to hold that one up, and that's the dinosaurs movement. So magic doesn't work. I think I rolled double 1 this turn, so he just dispelled my spell, unfortunately. He have +4 by the way on dispelling because of the banner on his Templar, and he have 2 level 1s. But anyway, come shooting the Javelins and the Salamander on the cannon. I got the direct hit with the Salamander, didn't wound. The javelins didn't roll any sixes, so that stupid cannon is still alive and will probably take out my Mesosaurus next turn, unfortunately. This king threw the javelin at his pistoliers, didn't do anything to them. And the Reaper dudes, I think I took one wound, lost, but actually stick. And the Saurus go in. He actually didn't roll too hot. He only killed 3 guys. I killed like say half a dozen Imperial Guard, maybe. Weapon skill 4 and the shield really helps that unit and makes it be able to take some damage. And that's the dinosaurs turn 3. Well, here we go. Something I forgot to tell actually, what was very cool actually. The Triceratops in my shooting phase killed 4 guys of his riders. Actually, I rolled really good. No, I killed 3 of them. He failed a panic check. He runs away. There's actually a tower. I don't think it's in any of the picture in this battle report at all. But they run over it and fail a dangerous terrain test. So the only one to do the left, and he will run off the board, which is very, very nice. Otherwise, for the humans, his Templars charges the Triceratops, which is basically what I want, even though unfortunately he didn't fail so many dangerous terrain tests as I wished he would, but you cannot get everything. Otherwise he pretty much didn't move at all. Everything stands as it is. His 2 wizard popped out of the heavy infantry because I'm not really have any shooting left. Magic didn't do much, but I hate cannons. They're killing all my toys. That's not fun. Cannon is brutal. But as you can see, my laser cannon is lying down, and that's because he got another cannonball to the face and he died. So the Reaper Petrodactyls are taking heavy losses. One or more is down, but the skink captain did a wound to the Elblast Volleygun, and it broke, and now I'm turned to face his engineer. If he wanna flee, then I will run into his Imperial Cavalry, and that's that combat. Here we still grinding. I take out a bunch of humans. I might take it back. It's not this turn I roll double. It was not my third turn I rolled double 1 for magic. I think I actually I must have got off -1 to hit to those guys. This is unreasonable that he only managed to kill 5 now. But anyways, he might have some debuff on him. You can see in the bottom here of this picture that the knights and the Triceratops sticking around. So for the Saurian Ascendant, here we go. Turn number 4. What I do here? Not much really. Skink Captain charges his engineer. I would have fled, but he sticked. I think let's see now here. Croxosaurus Captain charges the flank of his pistoliers, and hopefully he can manage to kill those dudes this turn. Otherwise, everything is locked as it is or in combat. Unfortunately, blurry picture, but my skin captain killed his engineer and overran into the flank of his Imperial Cavalry. And since we both flopped both the Imperial Cavalry and my dinosaurs, I broke him and I run him down, which is very cool. And in the other combat, the Croxiosaurus managed to kill 2 of the riders, and he did not catch them, but he broke them at least. Both his ranger unit, I think only one of the ranger unit was in range for panic check, but they pass. Now it's more likely that my buffs on my Saurus are gone, because now a lot more of them are dead. But he also have suffered some heavy losses for his Imperial Guard, so we will see how that one will end up. The Triceratops broke the Templars, which was very nice. Did not catch them, unfortunately. But he broke in... I think this... No, this is my turn, unfortunately. So he will be able to rally there. So for the Sonnenstein, here you can see his movement. Not much, really. He did throw his one of his flaming wizard apprentice in front of my monster hero, but otherwise not much in the movement department on this side. You can see he did actually put his wizard apprentice and his cannon next to each other, which is lovely. If I could hit both of them with my salamander, if my salamander could survive, so to say. Otherwise, you can see my skink unit have taken some heavy losses. I don't really know how much of them are left, but I can not believe they are more than a dozen. So they have lost 2 dozen skinks. They started at 36. So yeah, a lot of damage from the rangers, which are brutal at shooting because they can shoot double shots. So it's 20 shots hitting on 4, wounding on 3 every turn on my skink, so that's unfortunate for them. So as you can see, unfortunately the Templar rally, but good for me is that I now get rid of that 2+ to dispel banner on them, which was very good. He then throw in 5 of those Miltia in front of my Triceratops, so I cannot just charge those Templars again. Otherwise, yeah, not much more happened. Movement. The Imperial Guard are still locked in combat with the Saurus. That was actually all for his turn. I think unbelievably his cannon actually scattered off. I think it's trying to shoot my salamander, but scattered off, which was awesome. Yeah, so magic did not do anything. Combat we just grind. So over to the Saurian ancient again. So this picture just showing my skinks backing away. The Croxiosaurus move towards his helmet. I think I can actually win that combat because of stomps and a lot of attacks. I can just kill him outright. The Petrodactyl and the Skink Captain go hide behind that house because I don't want to lose points there. Yeah, the Triceratops charges the Miltia and actually kill them outright. My first hope was he would fail terror and run off, but he didn't. So next hope was he would fail panic on the Templar when the Miltia died. He did not do that either, so those Templar are still alive. For the Sonnenstein, turn number 5. His Riders and his Helvetia charges my Croxiosaurus. And I think I will win that in the long run. If I can just pass some break check, he might win the first turn. He then, after my recommendation, actually used his Rangers F-shaft to stop up my skinks because it's a friendly game, so we just wanna try to get better players anyway, so it really doesn't matter who wins this game. Well, here you can see I basically have taken a lot of damage with my Saurian. He will probably kill me this turn of combat. His Templar move away from my Triceratops, and otherwise not much. Well, what is wrong with this picture? What is missing? I will tell you. My Triceratops is missing because his stupid cannon killed it. I don't know what to say. I'm probably just gonna burn every Sonnstahl cannon I got because I just hate them so much. Yeah, my Saurian are dead, and his Imperial Guard are only, I think, 3 dudes remaining. Yeah. Well, here we go. You can see in the combat with the Croxiosaurus versus the Sonnenstein, I did kill off the Pistoliers, did some wounds to the Halberdiers, but he did 2 wounds to my hero, unfortunately. The Reiters actually have some really brutal, I don't know if only if they charge, but they do some armor-piercing strength 4 hits, which is, yeah, it's awesome. Very historical, correct. That's actually basically how the Swedish army fight during our golden age, so I think that's awesome. They only need to make lance formation for those Reiters, but otherwise they are just as the Swedish cavalry. But enough for the history lesson, over to this miniature game. Well, for the dinosaur's final turn, what I did here, I have 1 wound remaining on that Petrodactyl. I charged that into the Halberdier. My skink unit charged into his what they call Rangers, and that's, yeah, I think this is what I got left. Well, I did broke him, but he get away, unfortunately. Yeah, and he will rally in his final turn, otherwise my skinks will kill off his Rangers, and the other one will panic, but he will rally in his final turn. The final turn for the Sonnenstein. First off, his Wizard Apprentice throw the spell on my Pterodactyl, actually killing it, but he did blow himself up, which is kind of a small victory for me. And his cannon takes aim at my hero, and I just goes, oh shit, and he rolls that misfire, so sweet. But unfortunately it didn't blow itself up, which is, yeah, it's a shame, but yeah, what can you do? Not much. Anyway, that's the game. A very fun and interesting game, I think. We have lots of laughs and stuff during the whole game. Yeah, and it all ended up, I think he won by 300-ish points-ish. I realized so here after this game actually that I cheated a bit with my list building, because I definitely have over 25% in hero, because I both have the Triceratops BSB, I have the Croxiosaurus, I have the Veteran on a Tyrannosaurus. That's definitely more than 500 points. I was actually in the thinking that the limits for heroes were 50%, but yeah, that's just wrong. So but anyway, it didn't affect the result, so yeah. And now I have actually played every single unit in the whole Saurian Ascendant army book, so what I want to do next is actually a whole army review. I will probably do it pretty soon, so subscribe if you want to hear my opinion on all of the dinosaur units. And if you have any comments about this game, please feel free to subscribe, comment below, and I will try to answer as soon as I possibly can. And I also want to tell you how sorry I am, because I stumble a little bit about the names of every new unit's old habits. So yeah. Yeah, but that's it. Have a nice one.